Hi, welcome to NBTV. Got another bite-sized bit to help your business grow this week, and I'm coming to you from Mauritius, beautiful island right in the middle of the Indian Ocean. And I want to tell you the story about how and why I'm in Mauritius, because it's got a very important kind of lesson behind it that I hope will help you. You see, about 18 months ago, I was invited to go and speak at a travel agents convention. And it was a 2 or 3 day conference, and I was one of the speakers on one of the middle days, and it was over in Jersey. So the organisers paid for myself and Sue to come with me, and we stayed overnight at this nice hotel, and had a big dinner, and obviously big seating plans at the dinner, big black tie affair, and I found myself sat next to a lady called Sarah, who was slightly spooked me at the very beginning, because when I sat down for dinner that night, she explained that who she was. She worked for a company called Beachcomber, who had the 8 most amazing hotels on Mauritius, and she knew that I'd been to one of her hotels a couple of years earlier. She knew a lot about me. She knew the ages and names of my children. She knew the hotel that we'd stayed at, the dates that we'd actually been there. And once I got over this kind of initial kind of slightly stalkerish kind of conversation, she started to talk to me during the course of the meal about why Mauritius would be the perfect place for us to go again for another family holiday, but that in fact last time we'd been there we'd chosen the wrong hotel, and that she knew the exact perfect hotel for us. It was a nice conversation. I didn't think it would go anywhere, and I'll be honest, when soon I went to bed that night we kind of forgot all about it. But the next morning, underneath our door, Sarah had pushed some brochures, and she'd kind of folded down some corners and written some notes highlighting why this particular hotel would be so perfect for us. That's quite a nice touch, I thought. But again, we weren't thinking at that point of planning any kind of holidays in the Indian Ocean, so our lives kind of went on. But when I got back to the office that following week, there was a very friendly email from Sarah saying how much she'd enjoyed kind of meeting us, and just nudging me once again towards booking this particular hotel in Mauritius. And so it continued. She started to follow me on Twitter, and we had a few little tweet conversations went on, and each time, in the right kind of way, in a very non-salesy but just chipping away, she kind of nudged us on around Mauritius. Then it turns out that she'd made contact with my travel agent, and I'd explained to them why Mauritius would be such a great place for us to come. And because what happened is, over the course of actually several months, is we kind of came round to seeing things exactly the same way that she was seeing things. And so it was that about a year ago now, we booked this holiday on Mauritius at exactly the same hotel that Sarah had recommended. But it didn't kind of stop there. She knew we booked, obviously, and a couple of weeks before we came out here, which was in the run of early December, I started getting a series of tweets from Sarah, my own personal Trop Obiche, that's the name of the hotel, advent calendar. So every day for 14 days before we flew out here, I got a different beautiful photograph sent to me on Twitter, just to kind of whet my appetite and get me ready for the holiday. When we've arrived at the hotel, she's gone to all sorts of lengths to make sure that things are very special for us. We had a beautiful kind of moonlit dinner on the beach that she arranged for us. We've been made to feel like real kind of VIPs. She's gone out of her way to liaise with the management team here on the ground and make our holiday kind of really special. So it's all very nice tonight, but what the heck's that got to do with us? Well, you see, I think what Sarah has demonstrated there in a really powerful way is the importance of follow-up. Most people, if they'd sat next to me at dinner at a travel agent's convention, would have pitched or plugged their particular hotel, but then it would have stopped. They'd have left what happened next up to me. They wouldn't have nudged me or pushed me towards making the decisions that they wanted, that they knew actually were in our best interest, because hey, we have had the most fabulous time here. And that's what Sarah did so well, because she followed up. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. In truth, she probably followed up, 15 or 20 times in different ways, with me, with my travel agent, in different media. And it was a complete kind of manifestation of the importance and significance of smart, effective follow-up in business. Just to be clear, she never pestered me. I never felt I was being sold to or pushed or pressured. But she got the result that she wanted. It's a very significant spend to come here. I'm filming this on in between Christmas and New Year. We've been here over the festive period. This wasn't an expensive holiday. She went to great lengths to ensure that my money was spent with her and with her company. But it was that systematic follow-up that made it happen, and that's what's so rare in business, especially amongst business owners. There are customers of yours, or potential customers, who have already made contact with you in the last few weeks or months. You may have responded immediately to what they wanted and given them some information, but since then you have disappeared off their radar. Their lives have carried on, they're busy, there's all sorts going on in their heads, and they've forgotten about you. Sarah never allowed that to happen, and she got what she wanted in the end. And you should be spending some time now, today, to just make a little list of the people who you've spoken to, who you know would be great customers for you, who you know you could add great value to, and you should be planning your follow-up campaign with them. It's why CRM is important. It's why multiple media is important, including social media, which Sarah used very, very well. She sent me stuff in the post. I got stuff on email. I got stuff electronically. She went down the sideways route to my travel agent. She did what was necessary to make that sale. And as a customer, I feel much more, respect. I feel more valued. I feel more appreciated as a result. Everything she did was positive, and you can do it too. So I hope I've explained that well enough, because I think it's a really great, powerful story. And I hope it's a bite-sized bit that you can use in your business. I'm back in the wet, grey UK next week. Got another bite-sized bit for you then. Till then, bye-bye.